So I think I actually have something to talk about today. Um, Hi guys, hi chat. Um, what I was what I was planning to talk about was, you ever feel like you have so many things you want to do, like you want to do everything, but you also don't want to do anything? Or it's like you have so many options, so many ways your life can go, so many things you're interested in, you're not sure which one to pick, and you feel that no matter which choice you choose, it will end up not being the right decision, or you'll end up wondering, well, what if I chose the other decision? How would that feel like? Because there's so many things I could, right now, I'm at a very strange transition point in my life. I could I could try to find a job. I need to find a place to live. Those are two things I kind of maybe need to do. I could go back to university to do another degree. I could do a master's or even PhD program, try to do honors in research. I could go down that path. I could try to do another new undergrad in like astrophysics or even neuroscience. Like, I'm interested in a lot of things. I can try to work on my startup. I can try to pursue whatever this is. I can There's so many choices, so many options. I can try just going a bit crazy and travel, or go clubbing. Or I don't know. I can just do nothing. Okay, we probably maybe not do nothing all day. That's maybe a bit too much. Um, there's so many possible things I could do, and right now I'm making breakfast. So hold on. Okay, I'm back. What was I talking about again? All the things, yes, all the things I can do. But I kind of went on a little bit of a tangent. I don't know where I am in my head right now. Um, I have my cereal, which is just milk and water and cereal. I also have some Doritos. Look, and maybe a banana. I'll have one too. What am I meant to say? You know, okay, that was the door just closed. That was really weird. Um, yeah, but when you have so many, I don't know what to choose, what to do. How do I navigate my way through this? I have no idea. I also need to figure out, um, what am I doing for purposes of a journal? What am I doing for purposes of this, whatever this is, right? Or is this my journal? I'm confused. I don't know what I want. What do I want? Maybe I'm overthinking too much. Maybe this is actually the issue, just in general. Overthinking too much when you have so many choices and you're trying to overthink and figure out what the best, most optimal solution is. You really don't know unless you actually do it. You just have to try one of them and see how it goes, right? Because you're standing before you know about anything about how it's going to work, and you're trying to basically predict the future, but your heuristic is a heuristic. You don't know, you can't predict it. Say doing one path, like doing an astrophysics degree, ends up and you end up being really interested in it. And so you end up even getting like a scholarship to go study elsewhere, like in Cambridge or something. And now, but you entered a really good relationship during that undergrad degree. And now, uh, it's are you gonna long distance? Is it gonna end? How is this gonna work? Your life can change so dramatically based on the choices you make, and you have no control and really no ability to actually honestly determine what will occur based on each different life choice you choose. So overthinking doesn't, after a certain point, doesn't really help. It doesn't really. You can't choose the perfect option because there is no perfect option. I think something I figured out a while ago is I was watching the heck. This was in Korea, 2023. There's a Hecarim One Trick who was insanely good, and when I was watching him, I realized it's not. There's a thing called in League of Legends that don't look don't. But there's a thing called Winner's Queue in League of Legends, which is basically sometimes it's is it real or not? Who knows? Probably is. Um, Sometimes you get put into queues where the other players are just much better on your team, and so you just win automatically. You just automatically win, basically, right? Um, but I realized after this, it's because that's giving control away to the environment. But after I realized after watching him, it's winner's queue is not really something that is given to you. Winner's queue is something you become. This is the correct mindset to have, because if you have the mindset of you are the one in control, you are the one who becomes winner's cue, it's all yours. It's all your control, which means no matter what the situation is, winning is in you. It is part of you. It is within your control, which means you can always act on it, right? So I guess the way that relates back to what I'm saying, like what I was saying, was if you like, it doesn't matter which choice you choose. Like, obviously, there'll be some better choices than others, but after you figure out the best few, it doesn't really matter from that. So I guess I'm saying the best the best choice you can make really doesn't matter, because it just depends on you, right? Whether you make the best out of it, whether you make the most out of it, that's on you. Really, it's on you. If you are if you have access to the internet, it's on you, right? As soon as you have the thought of you can search things up that you don't know, and you kind of have an idea of what to search for, everything, the onus is on you to figure things out. Because technically, you have enough information to be able to get more information to figure it out. And really, it doesn't matter what situation you're presented in, right? It just depends on you and your mental state and your mindset. Your mindset is the most important thing. If you give up, if you've given up and you say, oh, this thing happened to me. Okay, wait, I'm kind of going into a different topic now, but fuck it. If you say, like, this thing happened to me and it's changed me in this way, and that's just who I am now, you've given up. You gave up. You gave up on changing yourself, and you've accepted for what has happened and has made you who you are. You've chosen to crystallize yourself in a form of the past, and you cannot change it, even though this is just terribly wrong. The past is the past, right? As a great scholar once said, by Steve or Allah or God or the universe or whatever, um, the past is gone. It's done. You don't need it. It's not there anymore. If you choose to cling on to that past, even though you know you are, even though you're actually well capable of change now, you're not doing yourself a service, right? You've given up on the fact that humans can change, right? I genuinely believe it is all in the mindset. And you can see this in places like, I'm gonna pull up some crazy stuff here, but in Viktor Frankl's, you know the meaning of, not the meaning of life, will to live. I see one of them. I don't know which one it is. You know what I'm talking about. Um, Holocaust survivors. They can, if there is a reason in them to survive, they can make it through insane things. Similar to elderly people. You'll notice they, like elderly people, for instance, they'll die after a certain date or after some event happens, like very soon after, because your mindset, what you want to live. If your mind is telling you to live, your body corresponds with that. It will continue pushing forward until it will try its best to continue pushing forward until it meets a certain criteria, right? Whether that be someone's birthday or your children coming back to see you one last time or something like this. And then they'll die satisfied, right? And back to the Holocaust thing. So I don't know what he called it, something, but you can kind of, there are certain cases where you can tell when someone's fully given up, because I think they just, like, they defecate, they don't care about the cleanliness of their beds anymore. They just stay in their, like, defecation, and they don't even care about moving. They don't respond to beatings or yellings or anything like that. Even though they're technically alive, they've given up. Their mind is, they're dead. They're effectively dead, right? So there is a stupendous amount, but on the contrast, people in those conditions with the reason will suffer will like go through extreme suffering and continue moving forward. because they have that why in the back of their mind. They have the reason. They cannot perish yet, right? So I guess what this tells us is that there is a stupendous amount of power in the way your mind thinks, in the way your mind represents things, in the way, in what you choose to believe. There is a tremendous amount of power that can be given to you if you have a mindset that is facing towards perseverance, I guess, right? Which I get, maybe, is this an obvious thing? I guess it's an obvious thing, but it's like, it's a stupendous amount of power. And I guess I'm gonna start talking about other stuff now too. Like, okay, I'm gonna finish up soon. But mania, for instance, mania is a thing, but it's also just like these are chemicals within the brain. This is something that theoretically, there's not like a magical power, saying boom mania, right? And suddenly you feel alert, you feel hyper, I don't have mania. I don't know what it's like. Well, I knew someone that has mania episodes. But it's, you don't sleep. You can last 2 hours of sleep for a few days, like 2 hours of sleep each day for a few days, and feel completely fine. This is like, I don't know about you. It starts getting like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I'm conked out. I'm done, unless it's one of those days. But like, damn, like there is a tremendous amount of power within your mind that is basically held trapped from you until the correct situation comes in which you can pull that out, right? And then I guess the natural question that comes from that is there a way you can kind of coax that out? Is there a way you can kind of coerce that part of that power out without truly being in such a situation where it has to come out? Is there a way you can trick yourself into making it come out? Who knows? Anyways, that's 10 minutes. I think that's good. This is good. Okay. See ya.